women are becoming the men in dating now. Because of all of the post-Me Too, women have to now learn how to approach men in real life.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It is Taylor the Fiend back again, and today we've got a video for you from Gentlemen's Club taking a look at unmarried women over 30 blaming men for the reality of the wall. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments, and let's jump right into the video.
Men like their women young because they want to be able to mistreat them without getting caught. They want a girl that doesn't have a lot of life experience, a girl who doesn't know any better, a girl who does not know that she's being treated terribly. The younger that you are, the more naive you are, the more likely you are to believe his buffoonery about you're so mature, you're not like other girls, don't tell your friends and family about what it is we're doing together, me relentlessly disrespecting you, cheating you, doing this, that, and the third, this is okay. You're just like essentially more likely to believe all of it. Older women who have more going for them, who have more, especially resources when they have a job, a career, money, and they are not relying on a man for anything, and they also have more experience knowing when a man is mistreating them. These tend to be the kind of women that men do not want to date because they're going to be harder to trick because you're going to know more. And also they're not going to need a man as much because they can take care of themselves financially. Men want young women who do not have much going for them because they want to keep them vulnerable and under their control. It's the same reason why men are obsessed with virginity, why they're obsessed with sexual purity. When you are untouched, then you do not have much to compare that man to. And I'm not even just talking about the surface level, like sexual satisfaction or whatever. I'm even just talking about like I've been talking about condoms on here, how some men will say that they won't wear one because they can't fit in it. If you are less sexually experienced, if you are not just generally have less experience dating, you won't know that that is a load of buffoonery. But you would if you had like a little bit more experience, right? That naivete is exactly what these men are going for.
The mental gymnastics here are genuinely impressive. She has just built an entire conspiracy just to avoid admitting that nobody is actually checking for her. Imagine being this convinced that every man on earth is plotting against you instead of just touching grass.
They hate middle-aged women. Is it because you're kind of confused because on the one hand, we remind you of your mother and you hate your mother, so you don't want to fuck your mother, and it's kind of some Oedipus complex that you're trying to get over? Or is it because we're not easily manipulated anymore and we're harder to please because you have to be accountable for your actions and shit?
She really woke up and chose to psychoanalyze men, every single man, by the way, alive, instead of looking in the mirror. This complex angle thing she's talking about is wild, coming from someone clearly going through it. Ma'am, this is a cry for help, not a hot take.
We have a male princess pandemic. All the boys want to be treated like princesses, want to be princess passenger. Meanwhile, they want the girlies to stay girlies while she works 40 hours a week. She keeps her skin clear, looks hot, works out. Like all the boys' bods are so mad. They want to split 50-50 because they're brokey. I feel like male princesses just like the idea of liking a woman, but when it comes to like putting effort to be a man, it doesn't exist. And that's why all the girlies are single. Babe, if you're bald and you got two choices, you're either going to get the hair transplant, or go bald. You can't just have a little bald patch or a receding hairline. Like, it's not cute. Like, I can name more baddies in their 40s and 50s and 60s than I can men, because the men literally age like milk after the age of 30.
Funny how the same crowd that wants a man to pay for everything also refuses to bring a single thing to the table herself. Make it make sense. She calls it a male princess pandemic while describing her own list of demands. The projection is off the charts here.
By far, the worst thing about dating in your 30s is being approached by men in their 50s, assuming you're in your 20s, right? And then upon hearing that I'm in my 30s, they're like, oh, I thought you were at youngest 24 or at oldest 28. And it's just like, I don't seek male validation. I don't lap up the whole women should always be young patriarchy thing, okay? You pursued me because you thought I was half your age. Now I have the ick. Now I'm uncomfy, okay? I don't need you to tell me I look young. I see it every day in the mirror.
She spends the whole clip insisting that she doesn't care about validation while being visibly upset about validation. If a compliment about looking young ruins your entire day, that is not a man problem. The denial is doing all the heavy lifting here.
You know what thought really scares me? That I think I'm too selfish to have children. There's like one day a week where I want like complete silence. I don't really want to talk to anyone. My husband does his own thing at night. I do my own thing. Like, I just want to take care of myself like 1 day a week. It's just my day. And when I have kids, if I have kids, that time is gone. The silence is gone. I'm 31. By the time my mom was 31, she already had me and my older sibling. So she already had 2 kids by the time she was 31. I'm 31, turning 32 this year, and I'm like, so I'm a teenager. So I'm too young to have a kid. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm sure there's so many people who are also scared between 30 and like 35 or 30 and 40 and are just like, do I want a kid? Is the world gonna blow up? Oh my gosh.
Calling yourself a teenager at 31 to dodge the conversation is absolutely crazy. There is nothing wrong with not wanting kids. I don't particularly care if you make this the end of your bloodline. It's not my concern, but the way she frames it screams someone trying to convince herself.
I had someone ask me recently if I'm stressed about being single at 31, almost 32, and if I want to have kids and settle down and have a family, am I stressed about the time crunch? And I'm going to be brutally honest in my answer here. I'm not, and here's why. I will be happy with all of these scenarios that life can present me. Getting married and having kids, great. Getting married and not having kids, great. Not having kids, not getting married, great. Not getting married and having kids on my own, great. And because I'm so content with all of those options being a possibility for my future, I have no stress in my life because one of those is going to happen and it's what's meant to happen. So I'm just out here. I don't have dating apps. I don't force myself on dates that don't feel aligned with me. I leave my house every day and do what I want to do. I don't leave my house thinking, where am I going to go meet a man today? And that's how I'm so happy being 31, almost 32 and single, because I'm at peace with whatever life decides to bring me.
This is the most peaceful cope I have heard all video. Genuinely zen levels of self-talk here. Saying you are fine with literally every outcome is just a ridiculous way of having no standards left.
I am 30 and single, and I am in this phase of my life where I'm no longer going for my type. I feel like we've all adopted our type as a defense mechanism and not allowing for other people to enter our orbit and date people that we wouldn't normally date. And I've been thinking a lot about the unhealthy habits that I have adopted with dating. And I realize that it is a red flag if I ever find myself trying to impress men on a date. Like if I'm ever trying to impress them with my knowledge about basketball, or if I'm trying to impress them with my tech career journey, or just talk about my accomplishments that I've had in my life, it should be a sign that I should run for the hills, because someone should be impressed with me that I am authentically myself and being myself, and they should just be impressed with who I am, not because I know some Kobe Bryant statistics or that I've worked in tech. So next time you're on a date, finding yourself trying to impress someone or just impress someone with witty banter, give yourself a second to check in and figure out whether you actually like this person or this is just your ego needing some validation.
So putting in effort is now a character flaw. Okay, I understand. The bar has dropped so low that wanting to actually win someone over is treated like a trauma response. This is why men don't want to date you. These women just don't put in absolutely anything.
Have you noticed something lately? Age gap relationships are becoming way more common. And there's actually a reason for it. For a long time, people were taught that relationships had to follow a certain formula, right? The same age, the same timeline, the same expectations. But right now, people are waking up and they're realizing that connection doesn't work like that. Women in their 40s and 50s are more confident. They're more emotionally aware. They're more financially independent. And honestly, they're not settling anymore. And then you got the younger men. A lot of them are realizing that they want depth. They want emotional intelligence and a woman who actually knows herself. So what you're seeing right now isn't some trend. It's people choosing alignment over tradition. Connection is not about matching birthdays. It's about matching energy.
Okay, let's pause the video here and be a little bit honest. I don't think any of these younger men are trying to have relationships with you. So you can make a pretty little speech about connection and, shared values and everything and depth, but really the dudes are just there for some fun and they are probably not looking to commit to you. So good luck with that one.
Hot take, but once you actually make your own money, you realize that the only reason that you craved a man was because you were in survival mode and you wanted somebody to help you buy your food or buy your life or do activities that you couldn't do yourself. And then once you actually have money, you could pay people to do those same things. And you realize the only thing that a man causes is stress and dirt and beard trimmings in the sink. And I need somebody to tell me, like, if you actually are a woman with a brain and emotional intelligence and you crave deep connection, but you also were successful and have your own money, like, how did you find your man and where? Because I've looked everywhere and I don't even know what I'm looking for anymore. I think I'm looking for a third cat.
I think videos like this are very revealing about modern day women, guys. Like, once you remove the money, you've got a woman making good money. They treat men like absolute trash. It is absolutely crazy. Like, listen to this video again, and it will tell you everything you need to know about the way women choose to date.
You can't threaten me with the whole, you're child free, you're gonna die alone, because I actually like myself. I fucking adore myself. I love being alone. I've actually spent the majority of my life traveling solo for over a decade, living all around the world by myself. My favorite person in my life is me. So you can't threaten me with that. It's not a threat to me. In fact, I'm like fucking great. I just left my partner in Australia whilst I came to Bali alone because I just wanted to do my own thing for a couple of weeks. Like, I like myself. I love it. I love doing my own thing. In fact, if you want to scare me or threaten me, just tell me that I'll end up like a freaking trad wife. Being married to a nightmare man who thinks you're supposed to do fucking everything for him, have his babies, for him to just absolutely do nothing, treat you like shit, you hold it together for the whole family, you get no appreciation, stay at home all day and look after kids. Being trapped in that, for me, is a threat. The fact that you think that being alone is the worst thing ever just makes me feel that you need to go to therapy. But you can't threaten me with, I'm gonna die alone, because I celebrate that shit.
Telling everyone how much you love being alone this aggressively usually means the complete opposite. The lady here is just being ridiculous. This is a monologue aimed at her own reflection here. Nothing says inner peace like yelling about it on TikTok.
So I've just given up with dating altogether and I am preparing for a lonely single life. I have my dogs. I have a good job. I have a gym. I love the gym. I could live in the gym. This is my second home. And Summers makes some great toys. I'm just wondering what I actually need a man for. I don't need any grief. Work's stressful enough. I don't need to question who you're going to be seeing, whose post you're liking, what girls you're going to be chatting to, whether you're sleeping with multiple people, whether I need to check for STIs. Like, I'm picky and you're not. And I pick my own time over worry. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it. I choose a quiet life. A life I curate that you don't fuck up.
Choosing the gym and your dogs over the entire male population is a choice, and the resentment is doing the choosing for her. She frames giving up as picking a quiet life, but really I just don't think that the men that she wants actually want her, so she is bitter about it, of course.
Don't be a wife material. When I was much younger, all my ex-boyfriends say you're such a wife material. And I used to feel very proud when I hear that. I feel like, oh my God, they think that I'm such a wife material. And now being where I am today and looking back, being a wife material means a disaster for you. What it meant. It's like you're the golden ticket to make them have the best life ever. But it's for them. It's not for you. You are the golden ticket. You are the facilitator, the person who is making that great life possible. In Mandarin, we said, 上得了厅堂，下得了厨房. What it literally translates is, You are beautiful, put together, capable, probably have your own career, can bring the money back. You need to plan the date. You need to cook breakfast, lunch, dinner, put the duvet cover on top of the duvet. You need to put everything together. You need to bear the children. You need to plan everything for the kids. You need to take care of yourself. You need to take care of him as well. So I can present you and you can be a great partner next to me. You look good for them. It's such an egoistic perspective from men. That's what a wife material is, you know? Don't do that. Stop.
Twisting being capable and put together into a scam is such a sad way to view a relationship, okay? The idea that doing things for someone you love is exploitation is absolutely disgusting, and this is the reason why dudes don't want to date women like this.
You want to know the absolute best thing about being single? I can just sit on my couch and fart whenever I want.
If freedom to fart is the headline benefit, then the bar has officially hit the damn floor. My goodness, let's just move on.
Why is it that nobody talks about the amount of men that are in relationships lying to themselves and severely gaslighting themselves into believing that they're happy? They're in sexless marriages where literally their wife is nagging every single day. And these women want to always victimize themselves by bringing up this whole mental load shit, but they never stop to consider the mental load that men have. And what I mean by mental load is he's looking at the bigger picture. He's making sure that she's good. He's making sure that the kids are good. He's making sure that he has retirement and investments and a college fund for the kids. Meanwhile, she thinks she's overwhelmed because she's got to take Johnny to soccer practice because she signed him up for 12 activities and 6 sporting events, and she's overwhelmed. Like, she didn't even have to do all that, first of all.
You know, maybe this woman has a point, maybe she doesn't, but every single time I hear the word mental load, I just get a vomit feeling in my stomach, okay? Can we just talk about things in real terms rather than say things like invisible labor and mental load and all of this nonsense? It's actually ridiculous.
But I digress. The amount of men that are in relationships because they don't want to lose all of their shit, the amount of men that can't even speak up and they're being oppressed by women that hold them down and belittle them and emasculate them. But if they leave, guess what? They lose 80% of their parenting time. Most men are only in relationships so they can still see their kids full time. And the worst part about it is society pretends like they care about mental health, but if a man were to bring up the fact that he's burnt out or the fact that he feels like he's not good enough because he's not providing enough and his marriage is failing, then he still gets blamed for it and he's looked at as a weaker man. But yet it's only the women that are oppressed and supposedly surviving in their marriages, even though there's men out here that literally haven't been touched, haven't been affectionate with their wives, and their wives want nothing to do with them for the last 10 years.
Let's be honest here, there is a myriad of reasons why men stay in relationships they probably shouldn't be. Maybe they'll lose access to their kids because the woman will take them, or maybe the dude will lose all of his possessions. You never really know, but yeah, nobody really talks about this crap at all.
Have we noticed that whenever a man leaves a woman and he's the one to end the relationship, he's always painted as a villain, especially if they're public figures, because all of a sudden the whole internet goes crazy and all of a sudden he's a piece of shit. How dare a man leave a woman? How dare a man break up with a woman, right? That's literally how they paint it if a guy is the one that ends the relationship. But the roles reversed, if a woman leaves a man, it's a celebration. Oh, well, he probably deserved it. He probably cheated. He probably did this. He probably did that. He's probably an asshole. It's so interesting to me because it's like a guy can't even end a relationship with a woman without being painted as the villain, without being painted as the bad guy, when in reality, men usually don't leave relationships. And I think it takes a lot usually for a man to leave a relationship. So when he does, why don't people look at it as in oh, men don't usually leave, so there must be a reason that he left. No, they don't. They just want to vilify him. Or maybe he just wanted to leave. Women leave men all the time for no good reason, and it's celebrated, and it's totally fine. But if a man leaves a woman, it's the end of the world.
The double standard she is describing is very real, honestly. A man leaves and the internet sharpens the pitchforks immediately, but a woman leaves and it's like a parade and she's doing the best thing for herself and all of this crap. It's totally true.
The current dating pool for us women is literally porn addicts, men that are insecure and constantly need reassuring, overgiving, emotional labor because they're highly sensitive. You have the gym bros that are the narcissists. You have the fearful or dismissive, avoidant guys that are emotionally distant and unavailable. You can put in that basket people that are dating multiple people, people that are just divorcing or divorced, people that are rebounding and using others, right? And you still have the performative woke men that are still treating women like shit. Oh, and you have the good guys, of course, the good guys that are probably hiding. So it's not your fault. You just didn't have the choice. You still don't have the choice.
Every single category of man is the problem except the obvious common denominator in her own dating life. The good guys are hiding line is doing Olympic level work to avoid self-reflection here.
What they used to say, girls just want to have fun. Not here in Georgia. Oh, not here in Georgia, baby. We leave that for the men. Out here in Georgia, the boys just want to have fun. You know what I'm saying? We don't know nowadays if the man out here is straight or gay. There are no men left. A lot of biological women that lives here in Georgia say that there are no men left. You probably get only a little corner of a piece of a man out here. You have a man that's coming out here looking for a diamond, baby, and not a diamond. So ladies, be careful. If y'all willing to travel to Georgia, just know that girls don't have fun here. Only the men have fun here. Your husband might have fun here. Your boyfriend might have fun here, but not the women, okay? Because there are no men left. The women here, we stay in the house. We are in the house. We're not outside playing in them streets, okay? There's more boys playing with toys out there. And while the women is back at home, sitting, minding their business. I'm just saying, don't shoot the messenger now. Don't shoot the messenger. It is what it is. And hey, fellas, if you're coming to Georgia looking for a diamond and not a diamond, then you're in the right space. There's a lot of single, lonely women here in Georgia. I said what I said. It is what it is. The truth is the truth. Okay? Anywho, peace.
Blaming an entire state for your dating quote-unquote luck is a creative new low. Just like the woman from the previous clip, guys, they just refuse to take any form of accountability at all.
Ladies, it just clicked to me. The real reason these men are no longer providers and they want to be females these days. It all started with this song.
Oh, you can't buy me a drink, buy me a mink, pay for my lick, pay for my rent, pay for my cab, at least go half, throw me some fat, throw me some mats, fill my belly, with shrimp and spaghetti, take me to the telly, let me use your celly, take me to the movie, take me to Bloom, buy me Bloom, buy me some coochie, buy me a coupe, feed me some fruit.
Y'all get the picture. I blame Sporty Thieves because, like, y'all the first people, men, that's coming out of here. You want me to buy you flowers? Take you to the movies? Like, it's y'all fault that men think that they want to do everything that we supposed to do all because of y'all. I blame y'all.
Pinning the entire decline of modern men on a single song from decades ago is unserious detective work, let's be honest, okay? She's just, again, trying to avoid accountability, and these women cannot select men if their lives depended on it.
Women are becoming the men in dating now. Because of all of the post-Me Too, women have to now learn how to approach men in real life.
The roles flipped, and suddenly approaching first is exhausting. Who could have seen that coming?
I'm in a shitty mood because I'm a 30-year-old trying to date, and it's just painful. Did you eat something? Okay. I'm feeling rather annoyed right now. Whenever I feel annoyed, I feel like I need to pop off on something, and that something is usually TikTok. So I feel like when it comes to dating, I've been very chill and calm when it comes to my old, like, set of standards that I held for myself. I'm like, okay, I need, like, what the fuck? I need, like, really high standards. Like, I have high standards. And I do. But I feel like with dating, like, I've kind of, like, realized to calm down a little bit in certain areas where I've been so high and mighty and tight with, like, certain things that you need to have. And I've, like, been relaxed on that. And I'm still just, like, not seeing or, like, feeling how I feel like I'm supposed to be feeling. And it's just, like, kind of upsetting because I'm like, okay, Not that I'm lowering my standards. I just feel like I'm like opening up a little bit more and like growing up, realizing that maybe certain things that I used to think were like negatives are actually positives. And I don't know how to navigate it. I'm in this weird limbo of like trying to grow, trying to learn. And you know when you make excuses for someone in your head and then you kind of calm yourself down and then you're like, do I need to be making those excuses? I'm just feeling defeated because it's really hard to like start over time and time again. And again, you know, when you open yourself emotionally up to dating, I don't know.
This is actually the most honest clip in the whole video. No theories or blaming stuff here. Just someone who's very damn tired. But you know what? At the end of the day, guys, these women absolutely do it to themselves. If you would like to get early access to videos, weekly lectures, and case study breakdowns of human behavior, make sure you check out the members area link below in the video description. Otherwise, make sure to click on one of these videos on screen now if you enjoyed. Make sure you take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.